How's it going, everyone? Today's topic will be the Grandmaster Nightfall of the Cosmodrome. We will be running as a Arc Warlock. I'll put my build right here on screen for you. We'll be using the Fallen Stun Star exotic along with the exotic weapon of the Arbalist. We will be focusing on using our abilities to take care of jolts and then using our exotic weapon to take care of the barriers, as the two champions are going to be barriers and overloads. You will not have any unstoppables in this whole run. You can always take a pause and look at that build for you, or I'll also put it at the end of the video for you to reference. So we're going to start off here with getting up here to the War Sat. The War Sat, if you're here a little later, like I was, as I took a little pause, you won't have the explosion animation of the War Sat landing. If you are too close while on your mount, you will blow up. So to make sure that let that thing land, then come up to the group, and then get ready to go. So up here for the War Set, I'm giving you guys a top view down here. So you're gonna have 4 ships show up. This first ship's gonna show up here. You wanna take out its guns. If you don't, you end up in this situation right here where you get shot twice and you're dead. Your team is gonna focus on taking out those guns early or you will die. So if you don't take out, you will have four ships, reminder of 4 ships. 1 from the front here, you're gonna have 2 on the spawning on the backside, and then you'll have a 4th one at the very end for the last drop of the front. So you're gonna have 4 waves of mobs to deal with, and you'll have an overload. You'll take care of that overload pretty smoothly, and then the next 2 ships will spawn right after that. You want to make sure that one of your teammates is always standing inside that Warsat circle to get the transmitting back up to 100%. You will continuously have mobs spawn, but you only have a limited amount of champions that will spawn. So as long as if someone's standing in the circle, make sure it's being charged up, you'll be in a good spot. So I'd recommend grenade spamming when you get to like the 2nd and 3rd group, as you will get some yellow bars. They'll take a little more damage to focus on, and then you want to find that overload and make sure you mess them up. Using your melee will jolt and your grenade will jolt, using both of those fragments to help you out. And then we want to always execute a I always like that animation. That's to knock them off the edge. You always use your finisher to take care of the champions, as they will want to heal. So especially with barrier and overload, it's very apparent to try to use your finisher as much as you can. So we're gonna have 2 more ships spawn in the back. You want to hide behind the War Stat. I think it's the best position. Either shoot both the turrets or hide from the turrets, but they will shoot you as they're leaving and when they're arriving. So take those out as best as you can. As the other one's going to take off here to the right, see? So if you're on that right side, you might be in a bad spot. Take your time, take out everything as you need to, stay in that circle, and then take out the barrier champion. So there's no rush on everything else. There is a cheese you can use where you can stand in the War Sat with the chair emote, and you can kind of hide your head, and everybody else can hide, or everybody else can do the emote with you. And then all the red bars will despawn after the War Sat gets 100%. And then you can just deal with the champions. You'll still get your platinum, that won't miss anything. Or you can do it this way. I recommend as a team, if you want to get more orbs and more ammo, kind of drops and stuff, or have a little more fun, this really isn't that bad to take out all these champions. And then once you get that last overload taken care of, as long as you guys stood in the circle the whole time, you'll take out these last 2, and then you'll be able to move on to the next section. So you have objective complete there. Everyone else will despawn, as you'll see there. And then we can go down to the next, enter the bunker. So one person has to open the door, and then I do recommend you mount up. I would not recommend you boost past the initial, as you'll be like this guy. He's gonna start bumping everyone around. He's just bouncing every walls, and you'll see him just hit me. So just go ahead and take that slow. There's no reason to rush into it. It is faster to just be on your mount. Get to the end here. Don't be that guy that puts their S.A.B.E.R in the middle here. Just wait for the team. Once everyone's grouped, then you can go in together. Because once one person walks in, they all spawn, and you want to make sure you all run to the left here. Get yourself in a good spot. Clean up any mobs that spawn, and then deal with this entry. There will have a mob spawn to your left, and you'll have people come in the door there. The door will be delayed if you don't kill any mobs outside in the main room. So if you're waiting on those to spawn and nothing's happening, and you're all sitting in there, go kill a few mobs and then they'll spawn. Once they spawn, you won't have any more spawn from that door, so you can kind of pick your poison then and what you want to do. So you can go left here, deal with the overload positioning. I would recommend you stay on this right door, find a good angle to deal with the barrier champion. As I tried to take out the overload here, but he got immune by the barrier. So always prioritize the barrier first, especially as a servitor. They're going to make everyone else immune. They are the most annoying barrier champion to deal with, because the overload will sit there and just punch you in the face the whole time. So I was looking for the barrier, couldn't find him, found him in the corner hiding, got him stunned. So now we can use both of our supers here. So we have Titan super, Warlock super, and they both should be taken out. And then after this, we ran around and grabbed some orbs and some ammo. After we got our everything reloaded, we're ready to go, grabbed our orbs, got our ult up. I always like to save my ult for this last spot here. So they're gonna they're gonna activate the console at the front. This door is gonna open, you're gonna wanna use your grenade. Your grenade will jolt, so it'll take out both. There's 2 champions here, you can't see both of them, but there's 2 overload champions. And you wanna ult through them both. Keep that beam going, you're gonna have 1 and 2. If they get low after your ultimate, you can always finish both of them, and so it'll be really easy, so you can just knock them out. So you wanna make sure you're hiding in that hallway, because if you need to as an oh crap moment, run back, the door will close, and you can kind of get your health back. And then whenever you're ready, you can come back. So most of my teammates died, so I had to go res them, and then pick up some ammo and some orbs, and now we're back at it. So this next section, I like that these are the 2 random people I kind of found in Discord. They were actually pretty nice to play with. I would recommend that you go as a team. It'll make it easier for you. So running down this alleyway, you're gonna have 2 shanks shooting at you. Take your time with it, take them out. Whenever you're ready, go in. Before you pick up this charge, you wanna make sure you wait for the beam to pass, and then what you wanna do is slide all the way down. Let your team cover you with everything else, but you should be able to beat all the mobs that would spawn, like the second set here, if you just slide right down. And then you can slide away. Any exploding mobs will then spawn. If you turn in the orb and after a few seconds, they will despawn. So all you do is get that orb in, then get out, and then don't get hit by the lasers, and then wait. Everything will despawn, and then you can go back at it. So you can get to this next room. This next room has just a lot of mobs. You're gonna have a bunch of champions in one short area, so keep that grenade at that doorway at the top where the overload is, because you're gonna have an overload, and then you're gonna have a barrier, and then you're gonna have two overloads like stacking on top of each other. I would make sure that you let them leave a little bit, like kind of where the barrier is. Don't get them by the door, as we have had a few runs where they kind of jump back into the doorway and you can't get to them, so it becomes a very big hassle here. So deal with these overloads, mainly just grenade spam here. If you're overload champions, you should be good and they should be able to heal, but just make sure you don't risk anything too crazy. But just take both of these overload champions out and then move on to the next section here. So nothing too crazy, but always use a finisher on overload. As we can see, we took 1-on-1 there, made it easy. So now we're gonna go to the next path here, run right through. This next room is gonna have 1 barrier, and they're gonna have 3 overloads stacked on top of each other. So I would highly recommend running arc with the jolting grenades, with your pulse grenade that'll jolt with the fragment, because they're gonna have 3 of them stacked up next to each other here. If you are playing arc, especially with the Fallen Sunstorm, you will have enough time to get your ult back before the last stand phase on the last boss. So it would be highly recommended that you take care of the barrier. Once the barrier is taken care of, you then grenade all 3 of the mobs to the left, and then you ult. You should be able to take out 2 of them with finishers after you get them down with your ult, and the last one you may have to have your team assist with, or you can slowly get down with your jolt using your melee. But you want a grenade, see all 3 of them, ult. Try to get all 3 of them in this if you can, or get them all low, and then rush in there with finishers, right? Whatever's left, use a finisher for them. Pick up some ammo. There's no rush to get to the end here. Reload all your weapons. Take your time. Figure out what you need to do here. Like I try to find as much ammo as I can, because I want to make sure I have everything I need. So in this last room, you're gonna have the boss. You're gonna have the boss active. You're gonna DPS the boss to phase. Then you're gonna have a barrier champion spawn. The second the barrier champion is spawned or is killed, the boss will come back. So cycle that twice. And then you want to make sure that you're ready whenever you phase the boss with barrier. So if you have a teammate dead or in a bad spot, don't kill the barrier yet. Just keep it from healing. So every time barrier comes up, hit it with the arbalist. Then go and pick your team up. Everyone get in the right position where you want to be, which is going to be over here in this corner behind those 2 doors. And then you should be good. So where my teammates are standing now, if you see them on that edge, during that last phase, if you're over on that side, there's a laser that comes down and it will kill you. So you do not want to be over there. Where I'm standing now, there's plenty of space for both people to be. What you want to do when the boss looks at you is you want to kind of bob and weave in between the doors. So it'll look at you, charge up, then you hide. It'll look at you, charge up, and hide, right? Real easy. So now you just focus all the shanks. The shanks are minor. They don't do much. Your arc souls, if they get close, will take care of them for you. The main thing you want to do is just look out for the barrier. So if you want to use Arbiter here, the Arbalist, to take care of his shield and then switch to your heavy, that'll work out, or if you're running low on ammo. But you can always pick out more. So if you're using your heavy, you will drop more special ammo. If you're using your special, you will drop more heavy ammo. So I see there's a few special ammo up there, bricks. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get some more ammo. I have plenty of time after phasing here. I'm gonna jump back over, and I don't want to touch those coils. If I go by those coils, I'll die. So I'm like, okay, now I'm in a good spot. I'm back here. They won't get to me, and you can just shoot the crit spots on the boss. So this will make it pretty easy of just find the crit spots, take your time. There's no rush. You have plenty of ammo and stuff. If you need to, you can kill some small mobs with your arc souls, and then you're good to go. So kind of just hanging out. If you want to not use the Arbalist, you want to use a primary weapon, you can use the Wish Ender. The Wish Ender is a primary weapon, so you have unlimited ammo and you can stay back here and hide, and you can just take care of the barrier really well. If you're ever not used to using double special, it's a pretty good weapon to get. It's a little more difficult to get than the Arbalist, but as long as you have double weapon finder or ammo finders, then you'll be fine with ammo. There's plenty of stuff dropping all over the place. Okay, so the key point of this fight is that if you kill this barrier, you're gonna have this boss in these last 2 quarters. So the first quarter, that's like I guess the third quarter left of the fight, you're gonna want to save your ultimate and special and stuff, and you want to just basically just DPS the boss down normal. It's just gonna be kind of looking for you. You will have 2 explosive mobs that will spawn to the right and left side, so you want to make sure you're looking for them. So I'm looking for the shank. I'm hiding. I'm waiting for it. I'm not pushing them in the last phase. And then once they push it in the last phase here, I'm gonna get my ultimate up here at the right time. So right when the last phase, you want to use your super. It gives you the damage reduction. It also keeps you out of the range of the boss's shock, because the shock damage is proximity. And then it puts you in a good spot here. So this guide should give you a good idea of like what to build. Try it out, see if you like it. It's just the Fallen Sunstar, nothing special here. With 2 grenade kickstarts, and then let me know how it works. If you have any questions, put in the comments below. Like, subscribe. I do stream on twitch.tv/ClipstickPrime, and I hope you have a great day.